Hi, I hope you all are doing very well and welcome back to the Soul Shift channel. Today's topic is about another book, one that I read during my Savers mornings and gave me a much better understanding of why I felt those little bubbles in my stomach when thinking about loving with my full heart. The book is called High on Life: How to Naturally Harness the Power of 6 Key Hormones, and it's written by David J.P. Phillips. And it explains the importance of the hormones and our bodies are equipped with, and how we can use this natural medicine cabinet that already exists within us. Just like the power of habit, this book gave me a lot of hope and some powerful tools to work with. I learned how I could use hormones to influence my well-being using only what already exists within me. It was amazing to learn about all these hormones, how they work in the body and what they are designed for. I also found it fascinating that some of those hormones can appear in different forms, where one version is beneficial for the body, while another one can be much less healthy. It was also very interesting to learn how I can actively boost my mood, my confidence, and overall well-being. What I find most valuable about this book is that it added another tool for me to maintain my mood and energy levels, because life will bring difficult times and those times will affect our emotions. So learning small ways to shift your mood simply makes life a little easier. This book also explained why even a forced smile can change my mood and help raise my energy level. One thing I often use myself is watching short clips from Friends. Just a few minutes is often enough to shift my focus and mood completely. At this point in my life, I simply love that old series. So that's what I use, but it could just as easily be cute animal videos or stand-up comedian or anything else that helps you smile, or even better, laugh. Understanding how your body works means you do not always need to search for something outside yourself in order to feel better. Some of the hormones David writes about are hormones you want to increase through certain activities, while others, like cortisol, are hormones you want to keep at the more balanced level. But whatever role these hormones plays in the body, there are activities and habits that can help regulate both levels. And as I mentioned many times before, none of this is easy. It takes consistency, awareness, and a lot of effort. One thing that became part of my process after reading this book was gardening, or rather growing plants from seeds. That made a huge impact on my well-being. Watching a tiny seed grow into a plant made me feel warm, calm, and generally happy. Caring for those small plants became such a beautiful way of boosting positive hormones like dopamine and endorphins. With that said, while it is wonderful to watch those small plants grow, after a while it can also become a tiny bit stressful. They grow so quickly and suddenly need a lot of care, and eventually it becomes difficult to find enough time for everything, which in the end creates stress instead. Then again, I also have a tendency to overdo things. So perhaps if I had planted fewer seeds, the experience would have looked a little different. And here comes the funny thing about life again. When you finally succeed and can serve your family something that you have actually grown yourself, a whole wave of positive emotion comes rushing back to you. No matter how you look at it, there are always beautiful phases and parts which are more difficult, but in the end, the beauty will appear again. I guess this part of the puzzle of life, learning how to create habits that carry you through the more stressful periods so you can reach the next beautiful phase again. Which actually makes me realize that perhaps I should create a proper routine around watering the plants so it doesn't become as stressful this time as the first time. I will come back to you on that one and see how it goes. So learning about these 6 substances, and now I will try to pronounce them correctly. Testosterone, oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, endorphins, and cortisol was truly a blessing in itself, just to have a source of information that can help me navigate this lovely path we all call life. That was all for today. I truly look forward to seeing you next time. Wishing you all a lovely day. Take care.